I have a horrible confession to admit. I was a spazzy white belt. It's true. When I first started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I had absolutely no control over my body. I'd never grappled before. I'd played soccer, but that is not at all related to grappling. I mean, no, it's just not. It's really not related to grappling very much at all. So I didn't know how to move my body, and it seemed like when I would go harder or faster, moves would work better. And harder, faster, more. I just jujitsu. Let's just keep going. I would drill and I would train, and I would constantly hear like slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Like slow down, take it easy, take it easy. And it took me a really long time to truly integrate that. And I think for a period of time, it's okay to be a spazzy white belt. But I'm making this video to helpfully save some people, save my past self from making the same mistakes. The reason why you want to slow down is because in order to do better jiu-jitsu moves, it's not faster, stronger. It's usually putting your body in the correct position and taking away space and being tighter, being more constricting rather than being more fast and aggressive. And oftentimes it feels like more advanced players are being faster when they're doing their moves because they have a fluidity of motion, because they've done it enough times, because it's a smooth thing that they've just drilled and have gone through, and their bodies move that way a bunch of times. So there's nothing stopping them. There's no stuttering. And when you don't stutter and when you just put your body where it needs to go the first time, it can feel kind of fast. But truthfully, the motions can be quite slow as long as you are correctly positioned and framed. But let's talk about some of the worst things I did as a white belt spaz. Have I elbowed people? Yes. Have I accidentally kicked people? Yes. Have I drilled way too hard? Yes. Have I gone as hard as I can against someone who was lighter than me? Yes. Have I done that against a woman? But it was, look, I was still learning. I was a white belt. I was maybe even underage at the time, but yes, I did do that. I mean, look, she was a higher ranked white belt, but still, I shouldn't have done it. Look, I didn't realize I was a spaz. I just didn't know what I didn't know. And what else did I do? I probably have scratched people. I probably didn't cut my nails. You should also cut your nails. And I feel bad for all of these things. I've never seriously injured somebody with a submission. I maybe have seriously injured people with takedowns. Well, it wasn't a serious injury if it was a maybe, but I've definitely like minorly injured people before. And being a white belt spaz is no fun. How would I recommend getting over this period of being a white belt spaz? For me, it was honestly more mat time. It was really picking a couple positions and just understanding them more thoroughly and realizing that there's only a few right answers. There's a lot of wrong answers. But if you just find like one right answer and you just go to that and then just add on another thing and add on another thing. For me, it started in mount, and I learned to get an armbar from mount. And it was like, okay, in this one position and in mount, I can just kind of lock people down and not move and like control and then work for things. And I only had like one right answer, and oftentimes I would do wrong things and it wouldn't work. But if I could control them in that position, I was good and I wasn't spazzing out. Everywhere else, I kind of didn't know what was going on. I was spazzing to get to where I needed to be. But in that one position, I was good. I was set. Then I added on another piece of the puzzle. I added on, I don't remember what exact move it is. Maybe it was like a sweep from guard and then maybe a guard pass. And from there, that's like a pretty solid game. Like as a white belt, that's almost all the positions. And I would just try to stick to those same positions and transitions. And over time, as I was forced to be exposed to new positions because people would put me in them, both in training, competitions, rolling, etc., I would have to learn to adapt. And I would try to bring it back to where I knew and where I wouldn't spaz out and I was comfortable. And so I just add on another piece of the puzzle. And over time, day by day, I was able to realize that being more controlled was actually being better at jiu-jitsu. So that was the first part of it. The second part of it was I sort of had it beat out of me by force over years of being just trying as hard as I can and realizing that there's only so much you can do. It's not that you're like physically tired, it's like your soul gets tired. Like when I was a blue belt, I just would try so hard every single class And it's not that I don't try hard every single class now, but now I try so efficiently every single class. I try to do as much as I can, but blue belt, I would just, all the rolls, go as hard as you can. All the it was too much, if I'm being honest. And over time, some people would check me. Obviously, the people who were better than me would put the smash on me, and I would just eat it up and just keep going. People worse than me would, feel the brunt of my spazzing. I mean, at that point, it wasn't so much a spaz, but it was just like, just trying too hard all the time. I wasn't relaxed enough. For now, for where I'm at now, I just don't have the will to do that level of effort. It has evolved quite a bit to be much more efficient, I think, but it took time. It had to be beat out of me. I had to realize that it was more efficient and more effective to be tight and controlled rather than to be fast. And it took a lot of good training partners who were able to show me how to drill correctly and not just spam through the moves as fast as I can. So doing it correct and tight is way better than doing it fast. So what I do now when I drill is I start not super fast. I start like a fourth the speed I would normally do, and I figure out what feels correct, where do I want to put my hands in my body, and then from there I just slowly increase the speed, and I still try to maybe do a little bit slow motion, but as we go faster and faster and more up to normal speed and everything's correct, it doesn't take a lot of time and it feels quick, but it's really just correct. So that's how to stop being a spazzy white belt, and my honest confession, and sincerest apologies for anyone who ran into me at any point in my jiu-jitsu career. Peace.